How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. People are saying Bitcoin is dead after a big piece of news came out yesterday. They're saying that Bitcoin is going to get destroyed. And I want to give you some of my thoughts on it. It's about supercomputing and the fact that Bitcoin could be hacked, right? We'll talk about that along with all the important news in the market here today. If you don't mind, hit subscribe, turn on the bell notification underneath the video so you can see future videos just like this one. Also, if you want to trade crypto, whether you think it is dead and Bitcoin's going down to zero, or if you think we're about to hit a bounce because of all the important and big news that we're going to talk about here today, there's a link underneath the video to CoinW. We're actually loading up a giveaway that will allow you to get up to 50 Solana. So if you want to start trading crypto, if you want to get lower fees using my link, check it out underneath the video. I've been leverage trading. Of course, there are risks with this, but I really like it. Now, as we can see, the whole cryptocurrency market is down today, down about 6%. Bitcoin down about 3%, but there are altcoins like XRP down 15%, Dogecoin down 15%, Cardano 15%, Avalanche 15%. So many cryptos just bleeding today. Now, at the same time, we have a lot of longs being liquidated, which is driving the price of the market down. Overall, I think this is healthy. I've said this several times, but when we see drops like this, I think it is healthy because it lowers the RSI. It brings us back to fair value. We're actually very close in terms of the crypto market cap and trend line fair value of 3.2 trillion. We're at about 3.35 trillion right now. Historical risk levels are going down as well as we take dips like this, even if we're at higher prices than we were in the past. The fact is, when we see dips like this and leverage get wiped out, it can be beneficial to markets. Basically, it clears out some of the excess leverage and risk and greed. And at the same time, we're seeing so much good news. I mean, today at 10:30 CST, Michael Saylor apparently is meeting with Microsoft. From what I've heard, he's already met with them twice, and he's going to help them decide whether or not to add Bitcoin to their balance sheet. We know Amazon is also considering it now. CZ says that it's inevitable for China to build a Bitcoin reserve. And we have so much other good news, which we'll talk about a little bit further in the video. But at the same time, Bitcoin's price is coming down. So what's happening there? Well, I think there is some fear. Obviously, there's just some natural profit taking. There's some market manipulation to get people to be wiped out. So that way, whales can buy in at lower prices. But also, we got news about this from Google yesterday. Willow, which is a new type of supercomputer. It has 105 qubits. Apparently, they were able to solve a computation in 5 minutes that would take a leading supercomputer over 10 to the 25th power years, which is over the age of the universe. So this is not a supercomputer, it's a quantum computing chip. Now, it scares people because quantum computing is one of the things that people are worried about with Bitcoin. If they could hack Bitcoin once there's enough power, once there's enough computational resources. However, Tyler Durden explains, Willow has 105 qubits. To crack Bitcoin, you need between 200 and 400 million qubits. So it's not even close to being able to hack Bitcoin. And to be clear, I'm not a computer scientist. Take this at face value. He says, Tyler says, it can be forked at any time and upgraded. Fantasizing about Bitcoin dying just because you're too brain dead to buy in and make money is the real tweet. So they show Foxtail had 22 qubits, Bristlecone 72, Sycamore 53, Willow 105. So each processor represents a significant step in Google's quantum computing research with increasing qubit counts and advancements in error correction and computational capabilities. Now, I think there's going to be exponential growth in this, but also Bitcoin can be changed over time. It can be upgraded. Now, to be clear, I think that there is some non-zero risk, right? There's always risk with an asset. For Bitcoin, I think a lot of the political risk is behind it. A lot of the early adoption risk is behind it. This is something that people pay attention to. I was at an in-person Bitcoin meetup a few weeks ago, and a couple of developers were talking about this risk. The question is when, not if, they said. But if it's 30 years from now and Bitcoin can be upgraded or forked at that time to be quantum resistant, do you want to miss out on the next 30 years of gains and adoption for something that could be as easy as, a software upgrade? Now, again, I think it's important to look at this stuff. I'm not worried about that in terms of my portfolio anytime soon, but I think it is something that you want to be paying attention to. We're still far away from being able to hack Bitcoin or for a supercomputer to hack Bitcoin. Also, I think there are worse things that are going to happen, right? Bitcoin is the most secure network in the world. So Bitcoin might be last, right? If banks are going down, if nuclear launch codes are being hacked into, I think Bitcoin's probably the least of our worries at that point. So I think this is a good step. And to be clear, it's not all bad, right? Google could use this for good. We could use this quantum computing to help us with a lot of issues, learning about the universe, learning about health, amongst a ton of other things. So I think this is probably good research, but it's also, dangerous in some ways, just like AI. Now, one crypto that I want to talk about before we get back to Bitcoin is RWA. This is one that launched recently and has done really well. RWA helps tokenization, right? Real world assets. And they've had so many big partners and so many announcements recently. I'll leave a link to this underneath the video in case you want to check out their Twitter page. I am a holder of RWA. They're not sponsoring this or anything like that, but I am a holder of the token. They also just announced a first burn milestone. They're burning $50,000 worth of tokens. Now let me pull up their website so you can actually see the token price. So they're on KuCoin, Mexi, Gate.io, Uniswap, and then they're shown on CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko. They're just a $12 million market cap. I think they could do really well throughout this bull market. And you can see they're already up twice, 2x from when they launched, and they were on some of the largest websites too for launch pads. So yeah, I'm watching this. I am holding this. I'm excited to continue to follow along. If you want to check it out, there's a link to their Twitter underneath the video. President Trump's son just said Bitcoin is going to $1 million. Wild, wild times. Let me play this.
I can tell you a lot of eyes were opened when Bitcoin hit 100,000. And I can tell you a hell of a lot more eyes are going to be opened when Bitcoin hits 1 million. And I'm confident it's going to hit 1 million. I think we're all confident in this room that it's going to hit 1 million.
This is from Bitcoin Mena, I believe, sponsored by Binance. A lot of news coming out over the last 2 days, or a lot of little clips coming out from this. But yeah, that is like Bitcoin Central, right? That's where a lot of Bitcoiners go. How about where Bitcoiners don't go? The Wall Street Journal telling its readers that there will ever only be 21 million Bitcoin. Behind Bitcoin's rally is a simple fact. Supplies are limited. So yeah, we have a set amount of Bitcoin. They're showing it in a legacy publication talking about how bullish Bitcoin is. And at the same time that there's a set supply, there's massive buying. These are the Bitcoin ETFs: 320 million, 353, 675, 556, 766, 376, 479 million each day. Mara just announced that they bought 12,000 Bitcoin. That's a significant amount. That's 1.1 billion at 96,000 per coin. MicroStrategy has been buying like mad. I haven't seen a chart like this showing MicroStrategy's buys, but you can see like when they buy and when they just add slightly. And then recently, just a massive jump since November. They went from 275,000 coins up to 422,000 coins. So it'll be interesting to see how this all shakes out. To be clear, if you're in this market, you have to be ready for volatility. Like, there are going to be games that are being played. There's going to be manipulation. There's going to be wipeouts. There's going to be liquidation flushes. But overall, I think we're in a really good place. Bitcoin is not dead. It's been told it's dead for 15 years. Every single day, there's some news article saying that Bitcoin's dead, Bitcoin's overvalued, which is good. It's good to have articles like that because it shows that some people still aren't in on the trade. So yeah, if you want to check it out, if you want to buy Bitcoin, now might not be the worst time. Of course, I do preach dollar cost averaging, so that way psychologically you're ready for buying the dips. Let me know your thoughts though. Again, if you want to try out CoinW, there's a link underneath the video. We're getting that trading competition set up. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'll see you all in the next one.